Hi everyone. You'll be happy to know that my post today has nothing to do with politics. I'm going to read you one of my dad's stories from the 1930s um, called Our Junkman. We had a back room and we rented it when things were tough to old Joe, who was a junkman. He had a horse and a wagon and he would go around the neighborhood buying junk. He had his wagon in our yard, and we had a big gate that opened up, and he and his horse went in our barn. Oh, he had his horse in our barn. It was Halloween, and the guys were thinking, what are we going to do? We got to do something for Halloween. Hey, Joe's wagon. Me, Whitey, Iggy, and Oski, and a couple of the guys had to pull the wagon right past my house. We didn't want to go down the road, so we were pulling the wagon on the sidewalk. Of course, me being the leader, I was sitting up in the wagon when the guys were pulling it, and just as we got in front of our house, the lights went on and Mom came out on the porch. She saw me sitting on the wagon with the guys pulling it, and she asked, "What are you guys doing with that wagon?" "Oh, some of the kids pulled it out for Halloween and we were just putting it back in the yard." "Oh, okay, you good boys." We didn't go back in the yard with the wagon. We took it to Cedar Park Cemetery. They had a building that faced Calumet Park and a one-story building. So we got over there with the wagon and we took the wheels off and took everything apart. And with ropes and things, we lifted the wagon on top of the roof and we put it back together there. And then we all went home. We didn't think no more about it. That was it, our Halloween joke. The next morning, we were going to school and there was a fire department with a big block and tackle and all kinds of hoists out there. Of course, we walked by that way to see what they were doing. We were looking pretty innocent, of course. The chief was scratching his head. He said, "How the heck did they get that thing up there? They must have had 50 kids to do that." We It took the fire department and half the police department of Calumet Park to get it back down. Somehow or other, word got back to my mom, and I was in trouble. She said, "Did you guys put the wagon on that rough?" I couldn't lie to her. She said for me to tell old Joe that I did it and that I was sorry and I would never do it again. My punishment was for a whole week I had to ride with old Joe in the wagon and help him. And there, and where did we travel mostly? Through my neighborhood. And all the kids came out to sell rags and stuff to old Joe, and they would make fun of me. Boy, was I glad when that week was up and I could quit my job there. Something that had nothing to do with politics today. I hope you enjoyed my story. Well, my dad's story, actually. Until next time, that's all there is from Sunnybook Farm.